Welcome everybody, it's Becky here at Beck's Creations, and I decided to make up my noon normal time tonight because I've had a lot of rest. Hi Kathy, how are you? And I figured I could start with Happy Mail first, and that way people would have time to find me, and then we'll do our dark blue page, which will count for the indigo and the rainbow. So I have not separated anything out to do that page, so y'all have to deal with me sorting through the blue envelope for dark blue to go for indigo. So let's do the Happy Mail that I have here to start, and then I've got a couple other things to share. So we'll start with Happy Mail, and then we'll go from there. So Happy Mail. I have a little bit here. I'm just going to move this over here. And this is from Janet Baum. Janet USA. So let me shuck it down to one end. And let's not use the baby scissors. Let's use big scissors. And this envelope is so awesome that I want to use it in my art. Because isn't it cool? And Janet posted some envelopes that she did today. So here we go. And we'll tilt it up. And I'm going to set it over here so I don't accidentally show addresses, because that's never a good thing. So she's got this tied up here. Oh, isn't this cool? Friendship star. Thank you, Becky. Aww. She did a friendship star. Some of it's paper and some of it's fabric. Isn't that cool? So that can go in my regular journal I keep. And then this is some nice string. Can reuse that. There's a paper clip here. And then this cool tissue. Where'd you get that tissue? That's some awesome tissue. Isn't that cool? Look at all those butterflies. So cool. And then she's got some butterflies that she has actually stamped on the backs of napkins. And this is a good way to share stuff. Like if you've got a bunch of rubber stamps you don't find you're using very often, save the backs of your napkins, and then you can, print some out for you to use in your own art, and then you can send some in Happy Mail. These are awesome. Look at the little birds. That is so cool. And the leaves have numbers on them. And there's cute little houses. And she's put 4 on each one. Oh, I love this. You guys know I'm an absolute nut over mushrooms. Look at this napkin. Oh my goodness. This is so unique. I've never seen anything like it. Isn't that cool? And the room is filling up. Hi, Mina. Hi, Pam. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Carol. Hi, Janet Nash. Hi, Shannon. I think I got everybody. Oh, beautiful. Little hummingbird. There she's sitting a different way. She or he. Awesome. Palm trees. Oh, they're different. Hang on. Whoop, whoop. Got to open it up when they're different. Okay, so there's 2 of each one. Those are cool. I need to do a napkin journal. Dee Dee sent me all those beautiful napkins. I need to make a journal that actually holds the napkins. I'd like to do one where every page is a different napkin. Hi, Janet Burgess. This is beautiful. This actually is only a repeat of 2 because this and this are the same. That's a unique style. I have not seen one quite like that before. Oh, this is pretty with a hibiscus on it. Those are hibiscus. These are pretty. Oh, look, it's got a hummingbird on it. Now I have to open it up because it's totally different again. That is so pretty. And they're different from, they're actually two different, because look at, there's that one. And then when I turn it this way, it's different again. These are awesome napkins, Janet. Thank you. I don't know if she's in here, but I am so appreciating these. This is Janet Baum. These are gorgeous. These you could wet with the paintbrush and pull out the individual leaves. Such a fun project. Seashells and some rocks that have been tumbled in the sea. And again, this looks like these two are repeats and these two are repeats. Or half and half again. So yeah, I think I need to break down and finally do. Now this one I have seen before, and it's a fun napkin, and I think it comes from the Dollar Tree. I could be wrong, but I think that's where I got a package of those one time, but never hurts to have them again. This one's lovely. Another one covered in butterflies. So I could, hi, Janet. Thank you so much. These are awesome. And I was just thinking, you know, I could do several napkin journals, because I could do one that was all butterflies. I could do one that was mushrooms. I could do one that was seaside. It could be fun, or color theme, like here's pink, purple, and aqua. Oh, this is cool. Oh, wow. This needs to be on a 2-page spread so I can use the whole thing. That is awesome. And I love black and white, because you can add a single color like red or turquoise to something black and white, and it just pops. And of course, the little emojis, or whatever they're called. Oh, I can't remember. But anyway, all the little faces, that's cute. And then on these, I could stamp something and use them. And then a Christmas one. So I need to go through and pull out like the Christmas ones, maybe do a napkin journal. Oh, this is cool. I have to open these with seams, because that's the only way to see them. Now see, this one you could cut in half here and do this side and this side. You could almost make a Christmas card with this one. Really easy. Just mount that on there, fold it in half. You have an instant Christmas card. So pretty. Hi, Gail and Mrs. Gigi. Oh, this is cool. Now, Janet, I think you've sent me this one before, but I used it. So this is awesome. And another Christmas Santa. And again, that's another one that's got where you could create your own Christmas card. It would be a big Christmas card. But see, if you like pretend this isn't here, you could put that as the front of the card, or you could put this as the front of the card, or you could just take the Santa off, like right there, and this could be the front of your card, and have it open this way. Oh, these are going to be fun to play with. Of course, you know, I like to do my own art. Hi, Nettie. I like to do my own art for Christmas. Like one year I did all of my family, Scott and I and Greg and all the cats and the dog as gnomes. And I did that year before last. And then last year I just did a gnome looking out the window. So this year I need to do another one. Autumn leaves. And then some mini doilies, which these are great because I think I've used all my doilies up. So thank you, Janet Baum, for all these wonderful goodies. And I'm going to put these back in their envelope. I might have folded that wrong, but. And then the envelope, again, is a piece of art in itself. I saw this in the mailbox, and it just made me smile. It's so pretty. And I'm going to keep the paper clip there, too. And I just want to put these back in here so I don't lose track of them. because I want to divide those napkins up. All right. Then I got a couple postcards. This one is from Janet Nash and Freddie, and it says, "Art changes people and people change the world." So isn't that a pretty postcard? So there's that postcard. And then I don't know if Journey is in here, but I felt kind of bad about her postcard, but I kind of liked the character that the mail added to her simple postcard. Now, keep in mind, Journey and I are just one state away from each other. She's in North Carolina and I'm in South Carolina, and they still managed to maul it. So it's got bits out of it, but I think it gives it character. And it says beautiful right there. Isn't it pretty? And then it's got, she so appreciates my inspiration and happy meal, just a little watercolor doodle to make you smile. And it did. So I'm going to put this in my journal. This will go in my journal. The friendship star will go in my journal. So that's awesome. I want to create with the items that are sent to me and make a journal that way. But the individual messages, I'm putting them in a different type of journal because I want to keep all of your precious words safe in its own journal. Now, Jasper, I don't know if Jasper's in here. She notified me and said I had won a giveaway on her channel, and I missed it. And it took us a while to connect. And I need to see if I can get her address into my address book. That's why I'm holding on to the brown paper. So let's see what Jasper has sent me, because she said I won a giveaway. And I was like, really? I must have missed it. But we got it worked out and finally got my address to her. All right. So let's see what's in here. Well, I'm just going to take it out the end that I've already cut. And it's looking like all of this stuff will go in with my fabric journal making things. I need to finish my first one. So there's some swatches. Oh, what is that? It looks like she sent me a journal. I love this purple. Zimmer Road. That's the details on the fabric. But these will be fun. You could actually make a pillow from these. Okay, so here's the little samples. Of course, ignore the paper. If I put these squares together, maybe put that one there, bring this one down here and this one up here, stitch these together, and I would make it square, but on here I could add whatever's in here and create a really fun pillow, and then put a pillow form in it. So let's see what's in here. We'll look at the little journal in just a minute. Oh, wow. Now, see, I couldn't put the feathers on this because they would immediately become cat fodder. But let's move these over here. She sent me some tulle, which you can use the tulle over top of the fabric. So say, put this tulle over this fabric here, and that adds a layer. And I could even stitch this on to that fabric and then put the tulle over top. And then she's got some flowers here. Which I wouldn't put on the fabric pillow, but then this could be put on here. I could stitch that on. But you see what I'm saying? I can turn this all into stuff. And again, this is a private message from Jasper talking about the giveaway and the bits and bobs and ribbons and such. She said all of this bits and bobs was for my rainbow journal. She's got these cool pieces, and I could stitch these on. And she's got this fabric, could be stitched on. And then I could do decorative stitches like Carol's been teaching us. But I could do like a small pillow. And she got ribbon and rickrack. And then all of these awesome buttons. There's a coil of wire. I'm not going to dump these out. And a yo-yo. Yo-yo. Cool buttons. So this was all thanks to Jasper. And I'm going to put this stuff back in here until I'm ready to work with it. And then we'll look at the little journal she sent me, because that was a real surprise. I don't know how she had all this in here. Hopefully I can get it back in here. It's like one of those things. Once you pull it out, it's over with. Shuck it down in there a little bit. I might leave the tool out. Flowers. Put that feather back in there. Maybe if I can pick it up. So that's my idea. Do a little decorative pillow. And that way it would be out where I could see it all the time. All right. I'm just going to layer these up on that. Put this ribbon there. So that was that lovely bit. And then she sent me this. So let's open this. And again, once you untie it, you can't go back, right? Oh, she's got stuff in here. Hang on, let me see. Oh, look how she did that tie. She just tied it around the whole thing, and then you take it and you bring it around to the front and tie a bow. I've never seen that done before. That's pretty cool. All right, so she's got a tag with another note in it. Thank you for your support of my channel. Congrats on winning my giveaway. Hope you like what I got for you. I do. And look at that, ATC. Isn't that cool? Jasper, you're supposed to always sign your work. Always sign your work. But see, I could use that and make it a pocket, and then I can just leave that tag right there. And then she's done signatures with different cards and papers. Ooh, math. Somebody said math is a cuss word today. I thought it was funny. I was laughing. Oh, and another. Again, you didn't sign it. Jasper, Jasper, Jasper. See, I'll put it in there and it can be a tuck place. Since you didn't sign it. But you didn't sign any of them. Oh, naughty girl. How fun. She used a children's book. Oh, this is a cool little journal. Now, see, this is another one that we could use as a Happy Mail journal and add to it. Or I can use it for another reason. Another purpose. Isn't that cool? And it's just random bits. And then another ATC. Well, this is an awesome book. I like that it has the flowers in it. I love plants. And then some note paper I could take notes on and just tag in here. This is a good size for a quote journal. So maybe we'll do a quote journal in this one. And it could just be quotes. And see, I could put quotes on the back of this and then make another pocket and stick them in if I want to. So Jasper, thank you so much for all the little bits and pieces. This is awesome. I'll have to remember to put a link. I put thank yous in the description box for each person that had sent something this time. But I didn't know if everybody had a channel and I wanted to get set up and on here. So I will go back and I'll get Jasper's channel and add it to my video down below. All right. So that is all the Happy Mail. Now, let's see. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, for those doing the Tunisian crochet, in the description box below, I have put the pattern for a baby sweater. It's really easy. I started this yesterday, and I could have finished it in one day. So it's on a blog called Dawn's Stuff. I've put the link to the pattern for the post for this in my description box if anybody's interested. I used mandala, Lion Brand mandala yarn. Let me show you what it looked like. Because I went ahead and bought 2 skeins. And I got it at Walmart because I was in there. But this is the yarn. It's Lion Brand's Mandala Ombre. So as you use it, and for the life of me, I could not get the center to pull. So I just crocheted from the outside. I don't like to do that. I would rather crochet from the inside, but I just could not get the end out. Hi, Mary. Hello. I just now saw you. And Barbara Avery. Hi, Chris. And oh my goodness, there's so many people coming in. Welcome everybody. I'm sorry I couldn't do my noon today. I was just so tired. I've been having trouble with my right eye going dry at night. So yeah, it was pretty bad. I wake up feeling like somebody's thrown shards of glass in my right eye, and light hurts really bad. Never ignored, Mary. Never ignored. I get on a roll and then I forget to look at chat. You know how that is. Anyway, so I got 2 skeins of this, and this is the pattern. It's this page and then just this little bit at the top. And it uses the honeycomb stitch, which I think we've already done in our Tunisian crochet along. So here it is. Look. Isn't it cute? It just looks really tiny, like this might fit a newborn baby, and then that's it. It says, I used an Tunisian eye hook, size I, which is a 5.5 millimeter, a US 9 or an I. And then you need a G hook to do the ribbing for the neck and the bottom and the arms. And the only place I had trouble, and I was going to message this girl about this. I mean, she did this pattern in 2012, but down here it says, let me turn it so I can read it. All right, on sleeves, join yarn on the cuff of the sleeve with a slip stitch, which I did. And then it says round 1 is chain 1, single crochet around evenly. And that's fine. But then it says join to chain 3. There is no chain 3. So I was like, what? And then she wanted you to do front post and back posts around the single crochet. And what I did is I didn't do front post. I did front loop and then back loop. And then on the second round around, I did go, actually the third time around, I did do the front post and the back post of the front post double crochets I put in here. So that's why mine probably looks a little different than the one on the website, but I still think it's cute. And so that was the only place I had trouble. And then I neglected to read the pattern all the way through, which I should never do. I've learned even in sewing, you should read all of your instructions from the beginning to the end before you even start cutting stuff out, because sometimes those instructions give you special instructions on even cutting. So I know better than to not read my instructions. So I neglected it and I did the neck ribbing. I just got to the end and it said join. So I cut the yarn and finished off. And then I looked at page 2 and it says round 2. So I had to rejoin the yarn and then do this. So basically whatever you do on the sleeve, you're going to do around the neck and the bottom of the little sweater. And this worked up so well. And I can see with a little bit of math, you know, the cuss word we discovered today, I could probably make this half and half and turn this into a button-up sweater. And then with more math, I think I could blow this up to where I could make myself a sweater like this. And I love the Tunisian honeycomb stitch, how it looks. I think we have done this one before. It's where you do the Tunisian simple and then you do Tunisian purl back and forth, and that's how you get the honeycomb. So anyway, I don't have anybody in my life with a baby. So I don't know what I'm going to do with a little sweater, but I do have some old dolls. I might try it on one of my dolls and see. Yeah, I don't have young people in my life right now. So it's unfortunate, but I don't. Anyway, it is what it is. All right. So I'm going to put this back out of the way. I just thought those that are doing the Tunisian crochet might enjoy that. And the last thing I want to share is in my description box below. There's 2 channels down there. One is Adam Sews, and he is a delight, and he makes the most beautiful little bags. He makes backpacks. He's a bag maker. But he also sews clothes for himself and his husband. And he's just a joy to watch. And he's got the cutest little bulldog. She's so cute. And him and Allison at Sew Like Dottie, they are doing a challenge to get everybody that's making gifts to get started on your gifts. So they're doing, like, I'm sure Adam will do some bags and show you how to make some bags, which is really great. You love Adam too. Isn't he just the sweetest young man? I just think he's wonderful. And Allison, she's really special too. So check out their channels. And if you like to see things that are sewn, but you don't necessarily, you like to watch videos where people sew, but you're not a sewist, there are 2 that you should watch. And Chris, who's in the chat at Sew Notes, she sews too. So you guys might give her some love and subby to her. But anyway, the whole challenge is to get you, if you do handmade gifts, they're doing this throughout the month of November, to do your gifts and then post them. If I have not watched their videos all the way through yet, I've been sleeping today. But I have this book that I picked up at Goodwill, the thrift store. Look, it's Sew Creative Gifts for under $10. And a lot of these I can make with the fabrics I have in my stash, because I've got under my bed is all my quilting fabrics. I have them in tubs sorted by color. And there's so many different projects. And this is an older book. Let me tell you, I've already started working with one of the patterns in here. Let's see. Well, here's an overview of all the projects in this book. This might be hard to find, but this is the kind of gift making ideas I thought I'd throw out there. If anybody wants to look for this book, I was going to tell you the copyright on it if I could. Oh, here it is. First printing was 2002. Okay, and it's put out by Vicky Blizzard. But there's some sweet projects in here. And see, I've cut out, I took this to my printer and I scanned this and printed out the paper. And then I made a cardboard template, because I want to do something with these entwined hearts. I don't know what I will do, but I thought how pretty that would be even on a journal cover. So if you want to look for this, again, it's Sew Creative Gifts for under $10. You might have to look at some of the used book sites like Thrift Books, or what's the other one? I want to say Adobe, but that's not right. They're Abby Books. They do used books. All right. But this has, let's just do a quick flip, some really fun. This looks difficult, but we could do this and make any shape you want. You just make woven fabric and then cut it out. So it's not hard. Some of these projects look hard, but they're not. I love these sachets with the buttons on it. How lovely would those be? And put lavender inside them, and then you could just hang them in your bedroom. I like to put lavender sachets in with my undergarments, my unmentionables, as they used to say. This little puppet show is darling. And they give you all the patterns. The little crayon people. And there they've made a denim heart, but then you sew it so the raw edges are out, so it'll get all frayed. And this is divided by season. So there's spring projects and fall projects. Strawberry fluff pillow. A reading pillow. So you can slide whatever you're reading in there. I love these pot holders. How beautiful would these be? I might make these for my mother-in-law. She doesn't watch my videos very often, so I might make her some of these with the teacups on it. I don't know if I'll do the tea kettle because she's not a tea drinker, but I had thought maybe with some cups on them. So that's something I could do for her. An Easter bag instead of a basket. It could be Easter, but if you don't do Easter, it could just be a springtime gift basket. You could almost use this for a May Day basket, which I would love to do that and just hang it on my neighbor's doors and then run away. If I had a little, this would be a fun project to do. I love how they use, this might be something to use on the Project Dress-A-Girl, where they use the rickrack and make the scallops. I might do that on some Project Dress-A-Girl, because those are just yo-yos, and yo-yos aren't that hard to make. So that's something to stick in my back pocket. And these hats, these are hilarious. I've got to learn how to make these hats. It looks like they're woven, and I just think they're darling. But again, I don't have any littles to sew for. This is cute, where they decorated a little knit dress. And there's how you do this. It's smocked. You use that great big, what do they call it? Buffalo check. And they've smocked the buffalo check. That's what that is. Oh, that's so cool. I'm glad I saw that. And then if you're looking for something to decorate in the kitchen, they've got tea towels, it looks like, done up with birdhouses and sunflowers. Make some little trays. And I'm pretty sure they put something stiff in the sides, to get it to be stiff. Tray size varies with panel size. Coaster size is a 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. That's these little guys here. So you could buy a panel, a fabric panel with a design, and then create something like these. The fish placemats are hilarious. If you had like a cabin where you go fishing and stuff, that would be awesome. If you know a gentleman, this would be something good. If he's got a cabin, make him just something he can hang on the wall. I love this button flower. That's a good idea just to keep for the idea. I'm just going to flip through here real quick. Tissue box cover, looks like. Some kind of Sewing Treasures gift set. That's a scissor holder. Oh, look, they have pockets. So you have a place to put a spool of thread. There's your hem guide right there. I don't know what all else is in there, but they've got things shoved. That's a marking pen. There's another little pair of scissors. I bet this is a needle book. Hi, Kendra. Okay, Kendra says Abe Books has this book for less than $5. Hi, Ann. A bath set with cute little appliques. Here's something reusing. This would have been good for the upcycle project, but they wanted you to turn that. Becky and Karen wanted you to make something that was a wearable. But these are really neat uses of old denim. This is a wheelchair organizer. That's the back of a wheelchair. That is so cool. Those flower appliques are neat. Sachets that are in the shape of slippers. How fun is that? Pocket Pal coin purse. That would be neat for gift cards as well. Make them so that they're big enough, and it's just in little envelopes, like a square with an envelope tab on the top of it that comes over in buttons. But that would be great for a gift card. Little sachet type hanger. These are hilarious. Bibs. Look at the little chick. He's cute. But the bibs are adorable. Just a quick, here's just make a sack. Now, in the latest Quilts and More, Andra Makes has a pattern in for a gift sack. And I want to do making with Andra Makes. So I'm going to do some of Andra's projects. I need to get with her and ask her if it's okay. This is cute. And then we're getting into autumn. They're doing applique on a jacket. This is a pin cushion shaped like an apple. This little, I guess it's a pilgrim, is cute. Of course, that's very USA, isn't it? Then you've got some more pot holders with a maple and an oak leaf on it. Hi, Peg. So here's trick or treat bag that looks like a jack-o'-lantern. That's not jack-o'-lantern. He looks more like a scarecrow to me, doesn't he? No, it's Frankenstein. Friendly Frankie. Man, I'm slow today. Sorry. But that is adorable. So cute. There's a witch. There's Boy Am I Stuffed Turkey. A bread box cover or picnic basket cover. Doing appliques on a jacket. Sorry if I'm going fast. I'm just trying to kind of do a flip through. Pumpkins on a vine necklace. That could be fun if you were a teacher. An apple table runner. And now we're getting into the season. We're coming into the whole Christmas business. Berry Christmas towels. So you would buy an inexpensive Christmas towel and turn it into something lovely. A Santa. And they got the patterns in here. And then there's a little snowman pin. I like to make table runners too. I should pull out the stuff I have that I used to do a lot of swaps with my little quilt group that we started. I don't even remember where we started our group or what, but I think it was on Amazon groups. No, AOL groups. And then we went MSN groups. And then we jumped to, who was after MSN? Yahoo groups. And we now have it in Facebook, but we've kind of not been doing anything for a long time. And we've lost several of our original members. So, but I used to do swaps for like table toppers, table runners. We would do round robins. If you've never done a quilting round robin, it's a lot of fun unless you get a sour apple. And by that, I mean one that gets the project and they keep it. That you want something that really ticks me off is somebody keeps your stuff mid round robin swap. I just don't think that's very nice at all. At all. In fact, I find it downright hateful because everybody else is putting all this work into the piece you sent out and then you're keeping everybody else's. I'm sorry, that gets my fur up. I want to do this snowman. I want to do this snowman so bad. I'm going to see what I have in my stash because I'm trying not to buy any fabric until I've used about 50% of what I already have, because quite frankly, I have way too much. But I do want to do the snowman. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a postie on him. And I will look tomorrow and see if I have the materials. And look at this Santa. Isn't he's like an old world Santa. And for anybody that doesn't know, I have a Santa collection, but I really like and prefer the ones that look woodland, not the old world style. I like the woodland Santas that have, like, they're carrying a pine tree or they've got burlap on them, that kind of thing. A stocking. That's so cute. He's supposed to look like a teddy bear. A tic-tac-toe game. See, that would be a good gift to give somebody. And they use buttons for the markers. You could give snack mix to a neighbor. It says it's a tin cover. So it's around a tin of the, what do they call this mix? Where you mix the different Chex cereal and then there's like Worcestershire sauce. Is that right? But you put that in there. But I don't see why you couldn't make this and then just put a bag of mix in there instead of a tin. These are so cute. So anyway, I'm sharing this book. Here's the back of it. Because of Adam Sews and Sew Like Dottie's challenge for November. So you might want to check them out. Links in the description box. And let's get to our journal page, because that's what everybody really came to do, right? For anybody that's new, Barbara in the chat, Barbara Avery, sent me this delightful little journal, and I decided to use it as my Happy Mail journal. And then I said, let's do it rainbow style. So we're doing the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. And we are now on indigo. So I'm going to do a flip through because we have a lot of new people and I hope the regulars don't mind, but I want to share this with you. So here's my red page. So everything on the page has a red to it. Now I do mix neutrals to kind of carry backgrounds and that kind of thing. So we got red, we have orange, and yellow. And I have interactive elements on the pages. And then green, and this has got some tags. I don't think I did anything interactive on the first page. But I try to put a quote about a friendship quote, because this is friendship mail, happy mail that came to me. And then this is light blue. So this is going to be indigo. And there's Barbara. She's hiding. Boop. So I am going to set this aside for a minute because I have not taken the time to pull all my dark blues out. Let me show you what I've done here. Let's see, where can we put this? I've got wax paper for gluing and protecting pages that we've already done. So I took all my Happy Mail and I separated it into Ziploc bags per color. So this is our blue bag, and then I have a neutral bag. This I just pull things to create backgrounds, maybe additional elements to highlight the blue. So let's see what we can find that's dark blue, because we've done the light blue. Hi, Granny's sewing room. I was in her room earlier, and I had said I'm not going to do live today. I put it on my community tab. For anybody that doesn't know, if I'm ever MIA, please check my community tab because I will put a message on there if I'm not going to be live on Wednesday at noon. I always try to put a message there so that you guys aren't sitting around waiting for me. Just an FYI. And Wednesday at noon is my only scheduled time. So any other time you see me on here, it's very impromptu. It's when I get a desire to create and I just jump on if somebody's not already on. All right. So we have a quote here. I'm going to keep all the quotes separate and we'll deal with them later. We've got some doggies. That's more light blue. We might put a doggie on today. Let's see what we've got here. That's more of that blue green that I don't want to use. I want dark blues. We might use the kitty. Now there's some dark blue. It's a stamp. We'll save that. And a little bird is the wrong color. Looking for darker blues. This was a little envelope that came from Ann Lar, and it actually came through the mail, and it has a C3PO on it. We might use some of Ann's envelope. Some dark blue anchor washi tape. This does contain some dark blue, so we'll hold that. We used that napkin last week. This was from Janet Nash. I don't really want a Yankees on here. This has got some dark blue. We'll hold that. This was one of, I don't know why I have this in here, quite frankly. Deb Farrell makes these envelopes. And she's done this on her channel where you take an envelope that's like sent to you either in the mail or it's a return envelope, and she just covers it and decorates it. And see, it's lined inside. So you could put a gift in here and tie it up and give it to someone. And then they could use this in their art journal as a pocket. So this could be used in so many different ways, but it's pretty just as it is. But I'm not going to use that in this journal. I might even pull it out. I think I'm going to pull that out and put it with my notes and messages for that journal. There's another stamp with Queen Elizabeth. We might keep that out. And this is another thing that shouldn't be in here. It's a completed project. It should be in with my notes and letters. So I'm going to separate those. And there's another one. Those are things people made for me. Now this is just an element. So I'm thinking we might use that on our dark page. But this is just how I go through here. I just find the things that are in the color scheme that I want to use. That's another one from Janet. I can always tell Janet's envelopes. At least I think that's from Janet. Of course, Ruth does that too. It's a stamped image. This came from Kathy Cowell. We might use that on our page. It's just a piece of her, what do you call those? Wax seals. She had these. When she pushed it down, this would come away. And I said, ooh, those would make cool moons. So she sent me some. And I thought, oh, that's so cool. I'm going to use that. Now, hang on. Let's keep this butterfly. It's a clip. It's on a clip. But I do not have to use it like that. I can take these wings and put them on a lady like we did before. And we have a lady. There's a lady. And then I've got these ladies, but she's got dark blue pants on. I think let's set her there. We did one of Cheryl's little guys last week. Ooh, I think this one, let's take that one away. I like this one's dress better. And I just pick things that kind of go together, and then I just kind of make them go. This could be a nice place to put our quote. That might be cute on there. Just another cool envelope. I love it when I get decorated envelopes in the mail, you guys. I love to decorate envelopes myself. That could be a good place for us to put our date. So I'm going to put these back in the envelope. that says blue. And then when I want to do another blue page, I'll have it in there. So let me grab something neutral here. And we also have, there's more words in here. So I'm going to pull these words out. These are all kinds of quotes and things that some of you sent me. So we'll set those aside because we might want to add some different words. We got that pretty napkin, and I was thinking how nice it would be to use one of these doilies Beth sent me. Oh, Naughty Gnome Crafts had to do a redraw because somebody didn't claim their prize over there. You guys, if you join something for a prize, you better pay attention or you'll lose it. I know there's more than one here stuck together. I know, this is like watching paint dry, watching me do this. Hi, Nashua. If I've missed you, I'm still glad you're here and welcome. Sometimes I just get so involved with my project that I forget to look at the chat. When you get to where you have, I've got 23 people watching right now. Welcome to one and all. And to those that are just lurking, don't be frightened to just say, hi, how are y'all doing? All right, let's see if there's another one that's maybe a little bit better. Well, I'll pull that one out, and if it divides as I'm putting it down, we'll know I didn't get enough pulled off from there. Let's grab a piece of old book paper and maybe a piece of music if I can get it to come out, just for some background. Because mixed media, that's basically what we're doing here, is just layering. You're just layering things up. I'm going to get a palette knife and the Yes paste tonight. So let's play around. We'll get our journal back. And I think we talked about maybe let's see here. I'm going to put this in to protect my previous page over here. Of course, I could just lay it on top here. So welcome everybody, and say hello to everybody, and welcome in the new folks. I've been watching some new people. All right, there. Now this is protected. This is the page we did last week, and that way I don't have to worry about it. And I need to move all of my stuff off to the left here. I did clean this table off. It's just this work area is small. So this is actually my cutting table that I have divided into. Wet stuff can go here, and then on my cutting board, I don't want any wet stuff. My rotary cutting mat. And I had said I wanted to decorate this and leave this to write notes on, and I don't want to cover our friend Barbara up. So I wanted this to kind of be a sneaky door where she could hide behind like that. So maybe I don't know how to do this. Let's see. I do have washi tape. So let's take the washi tape we have. Becky, see above. Cover you up. You are behind the door, Barbara. Barbara's like, cover me up. Barbara, I'm the same way about photographs. I really am. But I got to thinking that my son needs to have photos of me. So I'm trying to do better about my photos. All right. I'm going to put a little glue on here because I don't trust washi tape any farther than I can throw it. Go back more. The butterfly came with the journal. Okay. Thank you, Barbara. Is that what I was supposed to see? Let me see. Janet Baum is putting in everybody's wonderful links. So go over to Granny's Sewing Room and go over and see Sew Notes Chris and anybody else that has a channel. Please feel free. Hi, Riri. Hi, Marty. All right, I saw that. Maybe that's what I was supposed to see. Barbara, I hope you don't mind if I use the butterfly and turn it into a butterfly woman, because that's what my plan was going to be. And Kathy Whitney says hello to everybody she missed. Janet Burgess says she's working on her supper. All right, I hope that was good. Okay, all right, good. Got my glue bot out here, and I'm just going to put, I say I'm going to put, but the glue doesn't want to come out right yet. Excuse Scott in the background. He's in the other room. Probably didn't realize how this mic picks up. So, excuse you, dear. I think the cats are giving him a workout because they want to be with me. But they were being obnoxious earlier. So I said, you guys are going on the catio. For all you guys that are new, we have a screen porch that we turned into a catio by using garden fence run up the rails so that the cats can go out. Yeah, that's my Tippy. Nettie, your cat's here. He may jump up in the middle of this at any moment. And how fitting that I'm using Anchor washi tape because I'm in a house with sailors. Scott was a sailor for years, and Greg, my son, was a sailor too. It's a house of sailors around here. All right. Barbara, I'll cover you up if you want me to cover you up. That would make you happy. I will do that. My plan was to just make a little door out of this. And I'm trying to flip it so the tape is just sticking out. And then I can put some glue on the tape. Of course, if this pops, I can always put a piece of paper around to hold it as well. And then I'll just take and turn this up. So I'm kind of crossing between art and sewing. So if you're here because you're looking for somebody to sew, I do that other times. Wednesday is my kind of arty day. Arty day? All right. So now this is a flap. I need to pick you guys up a little bit. There you go. That's a little better. So now we have a flap. So we'll decorate the flap. Again, I'm going to leave this so I can put notes on here. And think I'll cut this in half so it can be used in several places. I'm real big on the use things in threes. Maybe cut this in half again this way. And then maybe I can put some on there, some on here. And then this piece can go on the inside. And then we'll just tear the book page. And mixed media is about layering. So you might see me put stuff down and then pick it back up a couple times. We'll save a piece of that. Save those for there. And some of this book paper is very fragile. I guess I might like the numbers to be right side up. Not that you have to worry about that. And basically you're building your page. So you layer things up and then it kind of gets pushed to the background. And I'm going to save these to hide Barbara. And let's see here. I might not use the doggies after all. And I might not use this because I have a place to journal on here. So I'm going to put these back in my blue envelope. Okay, and I think I do want to turn her into a butterfly. So we'll do that in a little bit. I'll keep the stamp and that can be an element on top, the queen. All right. Your hubby was in the Navy? Scott was in the Navy from like 1977 to 1982. Yeah. Could have been 81. I'm not sure. We met after he got out. But then he served reserve duty for a while. And I definitely want to use some of this beautiful napkin. Again, this is the part where you have to take the backs of the napkin off if you're going to use it in anything with glue, because if you don't take these different layers off, they will come apart after you've put glue on it. And you could save all this tissue and rubber stamp on it and create your own elements, like we were talking about earlier when I was going through my Happy Mail. And you think you're done, but keep going until you can't get any more. Because I can tell there's another layer. Because I want to get down to where I'm only on the part that has the color. There we go. Because if you don't get all these layers, they'll come apart and then you'll have multiple layers. And sometimes you get this glorious extra of this faded bit that's on the napkin because the dyes come through. Gail, ask him if he knows the ship that Edward McDonnell, because that ship Scott was on. It's been decommissioned, so years ago, and it's been scrapped, but that was the ship Scott was on. All right, so this will be my last layer. I'm going to build with the papers, and then I'll put some napkin over all of the papers. All right, so let's start building this up. I think I'm going to put the color on first. And I told Barbara I was going to cover up all this, and she said it's not a problem. Go ahead and hide the candy wrappers. So that's what I'm going to do for Barbara. I'm hiding her candy wrappers. Anyway. We won't tell Barbara. It's okay. We all like candy. I like candy too much. And I've been eating all wrong lately. I think that's one thing that's wrong with me right now is my diet is horrible. I've been stress eating, which is never a good thing when you're a type 2 diabetic. And I'm using Yes paste, which is here. This is a paste that's used by the bookbinding industry to bind books and put covers on books. Scott's in the room. I don't have my handy dandy Bondo spreader here. What did I do with it? I need to soak this in Murphy's oil and get the glue and the old paint off from it. Glue. Yep. Scott's having to do a little bit of rework on the demonstration materials that he's using for the class. And Nettie's family's Air Force. And Scott was an ET, and our son was a CB. Oh, he's already left the room, Nettie. You missed it. You got to be fast. He's speedy. He's everywhere and anywhere. Hi, Safia. Sounds like Greg's going off and about somewhere. I can hear his little toaster car starting up out there. We tell him it looks like a toaster, and it's kind of funny to see a 6'3" guy get out of a Scion, but he loves it. Greg's trying to find a job, but he keeps getting these. If you are on like any of these job hunting websites, which everybody seems to use now, they are so aggravating. Greg, he keeps getting these ones where if you'll invest $1,000, we'll do this, this, and this, and you'll be rich. And my son's like, I just want a job. I just want a job. He's so disenchanted right now. Yeah, he needs to delete them. He's just so irritated. And then the place that walked him out with no warning, he never got the write-ups that they say in their policy. So he was like clueless as to why he was let go. But the temporary services, that company, they just keep calling him, calling and messaging him. We got a job at the place that he was just let go from. And Greg's like, well, really? I was enjoying the job, but we parted ways in August. And so he's been unemployed since August. And everybody says there's jobs and jobs and jobs out there, and nobody's doing this or that, and blah, 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 blah. Well, the employers are not very good these days. It's not that the kids don't want to work. They just don't want to be misused and abused. I mean, if you go into work every day and you're cussed out or, belittled or whatever every single day, that's just uncalled for. Oh, put it on upside down. It doesn't really matter. It can go anyway. I won't go on my soapbox, I promise. Between that and the washer drama, we won't go there either tonight. I'm still beyond upset about that. I know Greg's not a kid. I know he's not, but he is a kid to me. He'll always be a kid to me. I don't care if he's 36 years old. He's still a kid to me. Young people, younger than me. I keep telling him he ought to use his Navy training. He's HVAC and plumbing, but he said he doesn't want to do the plumbing part of it. He wouldn't mind doing the HVAC. He just doesn't want to deal with bathroom business. Put it that way. He doesn't want to deal with plugged pipes and that kind of thing. I was like, well, you got to choose what you'll do. It's definitely a different work environment out there. I keep thinking I could work during Christmas. I could go get a retail job, but then I hear the nightmare stories. It's like, do I really want to put myself through that right now? Your kids are happy with food. Did you get Mickey D's? I wish our McDonald's was like UK McDonald's, where the potatoes are all real potatoes. I'm going to have to fold my paper. It's getting too gluey. You had a great time with your grandsons. That's awesome. Oh, now the goo's coming off the thing. I guess I do need to clean it. We'll just call it extra texture. That's all. It's just extra texture. All right, you guys, enough. They don't like me to close the door, the cats. It's just push to. They can get in and out, but it's not open. You know, it's just. And tomorrow, for anybody that's new, if you aren't a member of Ann Lahr's group on Facebook, just an FYI, on Thursdays, we go all day from, 10 o'clock we start until we get tired of being together, which is usually about 6 o'clock. And we just get together and we do whatever we want. Sometimes it's a private group. Nothing's recorded. We just get together and hang out like friends. Everybody's invited that's a member of the group, but you have to be a member of Ann Lahr's group. And we just go in there and we sit and we chat and we craft. And sometimes we all get real quiet because we're busy. And then other times we're all a bunch of chatterboxes and we get very little accomplished. But I've got 2 loungewear sets cut out and a hoodie hug that Stephanie Farrell designed the pattern for. And I've been wanting to get it sewn up. So I'm thinking I'll do the hoodie hug tomorrow during craft and chat. And it's just, like I said, a private group. So you have to be a member to be in the chat. Okay. All right, Barbara. I'm going to hide you. I'm going to put you behind some paper. Everybody say bye, Barbara. And I'm spreading this just on here with a palette knife. Okay, awesome. If Ann doesn't get to you, I will get in there. Ann has me as an admin kind of over there so that I can let people in. So if Ann is here and Granny's sewing room isn't okay. So I would let her on in. I was hanging in her room earlier. And I've been watching her channel. She has a beautiful garden too. I was watching one of your hoodie hug videos and you were out in the garden and it was so pretty. Your garden's pretty. My yard is really kind of struggling because I don't know, for the last 3 or 4 years, I haven't felt like gardening. So my yard looks it. I need to get out there and work in it. Well, I got Greg home, him unemployed. I ought to put him to work to help me clean up everything. I'm sure the neighbors would love it if I would make sure everything's as neat as a pin like everybody else. Not that it's, overgrown and bad. It's just, it's not all even, not all the bushes are the same height and that kind of thing. All right, Barbara's hiding behind the papers. We're getting there. We'll hide Barbara. Ouch. I have a plan for the bag you sent me too, Barbara. I'm not going to talk about it until I try something out because I want to make sure it'll work first. But I have a plan, Kimosabi. I'm just going to use all of this pretty envelope that somebody sent me. We haven't done that in a long time either, is decorate envelopes. I ought to do some decorated envelopes. I've drawn for the comments. For anybody that's new, what I do is once a month, I go through and I count my videos and my lives up. And I usually count from the bottom up. And I find out what my total is between the two. And then I get either go into a chat and get somebody to give me a number, or I get Scott to give me a number. And then I'll go to that video, count up and find it again. And I'll go to that video and then I use that YouTube comment picker and I will give away a little something each month. I'm probably going to have to be less giving for overseas and such because the postal rates have gone way up, but I can send a little thank you of, maybe some cutouts or things like that. But I try to do that once a month. And I actually drew 2 winners because what I did is I drew a winner. And then I wanted to show how to use YouTube comment picker. So if you've never used the YouTube comment picker before, I have a video up shows how to use it. And it's a wonderful tool for anybody that likes to do giveaways. But I do that from my comments on my videos. I'm getting glue all over my cutting mat. I didn't realize that. Maybe I'll need to move this way just a little bit because I definitely don't want glue over here because I do cut out fabric over here. I'll have to use a spray cleaner to get that up, but I'll clean it before I do anything fabric oriented. You enjoyed yours? Yeah. Janet, you were my winner for September, I think. And before, they would let, as long as the envelope wasn't over 1/4 of an inch thick, they'd let me send like pieces of fabric and that kind of thing, or pieces of ribbon. But now they say even that I have to fill in a custom form if it goes to Canada or anywhere else in the world, which is kind of crazy, but I'll do what I have to do to get it mailed. And both winners are in Canada, so I'll probably have to fill a custom form out, and they'll charge me like it's a package, but that's okay. I just was a little taken aback because every time I go, the rules are different. It's like, come on, guys, everybody get on the same thing. I just never know, and it depends on who I get at the counter too, which is very irritating. That's how I feel about rules stores have, because you can go to one store and you'll get one information, and then you go to another. Doesn't matter if they have policies or whatever. They're all the difference. Just drives me crazy. I'm getting glue everywhere. We need to hurry up with this glue because I'm probably using too much, but it's getting everywhere. Let's put this down here. Whoever's digging on a cupboard needs to stop. Howard. Or is it Tippy? Tippy. Hang on. Hold, please. It's just water. It doesn't hurt them, but it makes them scatter. So they'll quit digging on things. Oh, thank you, Janet. Janet went to the description box and got the links for Adam Sews and Sew Like Dottie. So anybody wants to participate in the whole gift making month, go over and watch their videos, because all of their rules and guidelines and such are over there. I'm just going to turn this sideways because I can. And it's mixed media, so anything goes, right? And with this Yes paste, it cleans up with just some warm water, or the baby wipe works. It's just, I find the warm water actually works better. Safia, what are you looking for? Anne's group? It's on Facebook. It's Ann Lars Art Hangout, I think. And if you aren't subscribed to Ann Lars' channel, I'd encourage you to do that as well. And Carol's, because they do something on the weekends that you all might enjoy. They're doing a commonplace journal where they've built the journal last weekend, I think it was, and then they're going to add to it this weekend. I'm not participating in that, so I haven't been joining them. It's a project they are doing. I need to see the edge of that page so I'm not gluing pages together. Why do you guys want in that room? You don't need to go in there. That's Greg's room. You guys don't go in there. Callie, Mama's going to squirt you with water again if you don't stop. There's nothing in there for you guys. That room's off limits. Do not jump up. No. He's like, but Mom, I got to see Nettie. All right, Barbara, you're hiding now. Oh, I am making a mess. This paper's got to go. And I'll see if I can finish with this piece I have here. Hopefully I won't get anything on my pretty page. I'll just cover it like that. I'm getting way too much. Right. And make sure you answer Anne's questions. I mean, they're not hard. They're like, what kind of art do you do, or something like that? Or, how did you hear about us, or whatever. She's got like 2 really easy questions on there to answer, and they're not anything intrusive or any of that. They're just to prove you're not a bot or somebody you don't want on your group. They're there to protect the members of the group. I mean, we want it to be a safe, fun place to hang out. And I will tell you some of the people that are regulars: Janet Nash, Nettie, that's here in the chat, and Laura, of course, and J.L. Johnson, and Ruth Lamb, and Mary pops in sometimes, and Deb Farrell, and Gail AC, and Kathy Cowell has been in there, and Roy sometimes pops in and hangs with us, and Kathy Whitney's been in there 1 or 2 times. And who else? Come on, guys, give me some names. I'm going to stick this on here. And I've got glue everywhere. Oh, man. And I always forget the palette knives are sharp. I've cut myself with a palette knife before. You don't think about it. You think, oh, I'm just scraping this, that, or another. But why are you guys on patrol tonight? There's paint off my Bondo spreader on here. All right. I'm going to set this aside to let this glue set up. No, I can do the tissue paper too. Why are you on patrol, girlfriend? Hi, Erin. Welcome. Thank you for coming, and welcome to my channel. And we've got Riri and Ray D. Who else have I missed? Journey. I got your postcard. It's gotten, at the beginning, I shared it, but it received some added texture on its way here. So it looks like a mouse has chewed the edges, but it's still pretty, and I love it. Let's see. I know you can use Yes Paste to use tissue. I'm just going to put it down. Oh, this is the part where I needed the wax paper under there, so I'm not gluing pages together. I might cover the whole page in tissue and hide all this stuff I just put down, because that's what you're supposed to do in mixed media. Just bury it away. I have Mod Podge and Gel Medium, but I have the Yes Paste out, so I figured I'll just use it. I think Scott's watching a First Amendment auditor video. I can hear somebody being harassed for taking pictures, which I think is ridiculous. All right. Bear with me for just a minute and I'll be back in chat. I just trying to get this. And yes, paste gives you a little bit of time. It stays tacky for a while, so you have time to add a bunch of stuff on. I think the work time is actually something like 15 minutes. And I'm not even worried about which way the flowers are going. And I will clean up my excess here in a minute. I think I've got some folded over there, but we're going to go with it. And I think I might include some to come across the page here onto my note page, and that'll help hold that on. Let's see here. Oh. Callie, lay down, honey. No. What do you mean no? Lay down. Why is everybody on patrol tonight? Secret kitty on patrol? Won't you get up and look out the window? I am making a royal mess here. But it cleans up with water. So messes are okay. Uh-oh. All right. I told Scott I need to quit watching those horror episodes because it makes me want to go through and purge everything in the house. All right. Oh, I got the little elephant on there. All right. Good enough. So we got a colorful background, but we've got to do the tag side of it. Let me go get a paper towel with some warm water, and then I can let this dry while I go get the warm water, and then I can get another piece of wax paper so I can close this and do the outside. So give me just a sec. All right. Callie, the door is closed, but you can open it. You don't have to be so cat-like. Thank you. Yes, Callie. I know you don't like the door closed, but you'll survive all of this, girlfriend. You will. All right. This has got the yes paste on it, but I've got excess, and this is just warm water on a paper towel. And I'm just kind of wiping it, and if some of this pulls off, I'm not worried about it. I'm adding texture. Just don't want to get too crazy, because then I'll pull everything off. Trying to stay a little bit away from the napkin because it is more fragile. I'm not worried about anything hanging off the pages at this point because I can cut that off when it's dry. My note page is getting a little wrinkly, but it'll be all right. All right, I'm going to put this over this so I can close my flap and put some napkin on this portion of it. And I could actually take this whole napkin and just set it down. We'll cut a little bit of the top away so I can set it back in my blue bin for use on another project. Or we might want to use it on an element. So I'm just going to smear some yes paste down this and just put this whole piece on here. Hi, Julie. How are you? How's tomorrow going? Because Julie's in Australia. So it's already Thursday there, right? Let me know how tomorrow's going to be. Is it going to be a good day? I'm being a smart aleck now. Sorry. Sometimes the smart aleck comes out. Must contain sarcasm and snarkiness. If you can't find happiness and joy and snarky, I'm sorry. All right. Now, can I get this on here? Hold. Napkins are a wonderful thing. They can add so much and make a page instantly. Okay. We'll let that set a minute and see what you guys have. Yes, made it to McDonald's and now home. Oh, I'm so glad they got away from those nasty Hawaiian buns they were using here. Ugh. Yuck. I don't like those. I don't want something sweet on my hamburger. Ugh. We don't go to McDonald's very often. It's like if we've been working like on the bathroom or out in the yard, or we've been on the road or something, that's when we'll get McDonald's. But most of the time, we just avoid it like the plague. All right, so that wax paper will keep that from sticking. I'm not going to trip any of that away until we get a little farther down the road here. Now, I have these elements here. I was thinking this could be a pocket, but it might be just folded. I think this is something Deb made. But I could make it a pocket and then put something inside it. Actually, I think I need to put my lady on the front of this. But I could make a pocket back on this page. What else do we have? I might put the yes paste away because I think I'm done with the messy stuff. If you don't clean your knife off soon, all that will be on there and you'll forget about it. I think all my knives and all of that needs to be put in Murphy's oil soak to get all of the old paint and things. The only thing you don't want to put in Murphy's oil soap is probably your brushes, because it will release the glue on there. I wouldn't want to put brushes in it for long if I did. I put like the knives and stencils and things like that in Murphy's oil. I know Mary had a bad experience with Murphy's oil and her fine liner, so don't put your fine liners in Murphy's oil soap. So I've got my lady here. I'm going to sit down and fussy cut her out and look at chat. So if you have a question, now's the time to ask. I think the most we can have I don't know what the most is we can have in Ann's group, in the Facebook groups. I think you are limited on the number you can have. Did we ever find out what that was, Ann? If Ann's still in here? Is it 10 people? Really, any more than 6 at a time, and it's hard to remember to use the raise your hand to talk button and that kind of thing, because we all like to just spontaneously talk, because yeah, it's just how it goes. In larger groups, I'm not a talker. I'm a listener and an observer, and I only comment when I feel it my input would be worthy of adding. So if I'm ever in there and you think I'm too quiet, it's because I'm listening. And I'm just cutting around her with my little scissors. You're getting a lot of bad weather, Pam? And what time do we have? 6:39. Okay. I was telling Granny's Sewing Room, I'm sorry. I can't remember your first name for the life of me. But I was telling her that I usually do about 2 hours. But we'll see how long it takes me to do this page. I have gone as much as 4 hours, but it's getting kind of late in the day, and I'm having trouble. I don't want to cut her nose off. I better pay attention real quick. Let me get around her face so I don't cut her face off. I do try to get as much of the white away without taking noses and arms and things off. Bugs are the hardest thing to cut out, I think, because you got antenna and skinny legs and Deb Farrell sent me all these ladies, I do believe. I'm turning them into fairies. My cats are having temper tantrums because they want to be on the table. They don't want me talking to somebody besides them. Oh, this morning, I'm sitting here thinking about what I was going to do, and I was working on that sweater, and I hear behind me, and Howard was drinking my coffee, you guys. I told him, I said, you are not allowed to have coffee. You are a cat. He just looked at me like, what? I drink coffee all the time when you're not looking. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to get a fresh cup of coffee, and there wasn't any left. So I said, well, there's no coffee. I'm tired. I'm going to lay down for a while. And I put a note on my community tab that there wouldn't be a live this week. See you next Wednesday. And then I was in Shannon's, and I was like, oh, I want to go live. So I figured I'd just do it in one of my old time slots. I used to do Wednesday evenings, but then the schedule changed around here. I didn't like being on at night. It's harder to get the lighting right at nighttime. So that's why I chose noon on Wednesdays. As Janet Nash says, high noon. That makes me laugh. High noon. We'll see you at high noon. Like we're in an old Western or something. Uh-oh, am I buffering? I don't see my computer fussing at me. Oh, I see Shannon's gone live again. She must not have seen me. Well, she was in here, though. She might have something she does. I can't keep up with who's live when. So I'm going to do what I can do. And everybody can either come watch me live or watch the replay, which I know a lot of people don't like to sit and watch the replays. But you know what I find with the longer lives, the replays are good for, is if you're working on something, like if you're working on a sewing project or something and you just want to have a voice or voices around you, you can just turn on an old live and listen away and you might learn something new. You just never know. But I know a lot of people are going live now. So it's hard to find a slot that works. So all I can say is don't worry about stepping on my toes because there's always the replay. There's always the replay, and I am not territorial. So I will, say go live when the time is available. All right. This is a cool clip and all, but I'm going to rip its wings off. Sorry, Barbara. Or maybe we'll have to cut his wings off. I'm going to have to cut the wings off. Sorry, little bug. Because I'm going to give them to my lady and turn her into a fairy. Because it matches her so well. All right. I don't really like how there's so much white. So let me get a marker. And I'm just going to cover the edges and hope it doesn't bleed in too far. All right. So if you take your marker and you hold it on its edge so that the pen is pointing toward the back of the piece, that way you won't yes, the clip might come in handy somewhere. And I'm just going on the edge to cover. Might be good that this marker's not too juicy. Because I don't want to put, black everywhere on her. I just want to cover some of that edge. And that way, if you slip, the marker will usually go and hit the back and not the front where you don't want it to. I think this marker may be too dry. And I'm just trying to hide that white core of the fabric because it's kind of intense against that dark blue of the wings. When we, next week we'll do purple and we will be through our rainbow. So we might take a break from this for 1 week after that. So not next week, because next week we'll do purple. But the week after that, I'm thinking of doing bits and bobs with our bits and bobs journal. Not journal, but book, where we put all the little bits of things. And I'm thinking, let's do pocket 5 fabric. So maybe I will create a fabric Happy Mail journal, and we can start this process in a different way with the fabric and ribbon and buttons and that kind of thing. So we'll start a new fabric journal for Happy Mail. You know, for all the little things that you might not necessarily put into a sewing project. Or maybe we'll start that pillow and use that material that Jasper sent me and make a pillow, a slow stitched pillow. That'll combine both sewing and mixed media type art, because we'll use different mediums, you know, fabric, ribbon, tulle, that kind of thing. So you can make a very textured pillow. That's covered most of the white bits up. This marker is really dry. I just want to get rid of some of this harsh white line. It's not doing as good as I'd hope, but it's also not bleeding into her. So that's a little better. So it doesn't look so strikingly white against that. And then let's bring her over here. I don't really need any of this anymore. Putting together these pages always takes longer than I think it's going to. And I'm going to turn her into a fairy. All right. Just seeing where I want her wings. Now we'll use some glue all. Yep. Next week we'll do purple, and we will have gone through the rainbow at that point. Because basically this is going to be our indigo page. And we'll put her wing on. Yeah, there. And put some glue on there. Patch up the tops a little bit. And then I'll glue. This is just Elmer's glue all, or what is it called? PPA or PVA or whatever it is. Let's see if I can lift her up without her wings falling off. Then we'll flip her over here on the page and glue her down at the bottom. Whoops. I need a regular paper towel now. That's too wet, or tissue. Give me just a sec. And again, these pages, I don't always complete them right online because I have to wait for all this glue to dry. Hi, Barbara. Okay, so I need to dip that in rubbing alcohol and put the cap on, and then it should work next time. All right, I will do that. It says it's a fine point, but you can tell I've used it so much it's rounded off. It's not fine anymore. But yeah, after the glue has dried, I come in and I use the Stabilo All pencil to do the shadowing. This one, I haven't done a border around the outer edge, but I hadn't been. But then I look at Janet Nash's journal where she's been doing the black and white borders, and it just looks so cool. All right, so there's my little fairy gal. And then I've got the queen, and I've got the moon, and I've got this pocket there, And I've got a pack of glue right there. Let's see. I might put this moon on here. Add another layer to that. That says specimen number, date, notes. I don't know if that fairy would like being called a specimen, though. Yeah, and then we could put some things sticking out from under here. Let's see, what else did I have? I have the little envelope also that Anne sent me. How did I open it? I must have glued it shut again. I'm going to try to heat this with the heat gun. So heat gun alert. Let's see if I can peel that off from there. No. I can't get it hot enough without burning my fingers. So I'm just going to trim it closer to this stamp. Do it over the trash can so I don't have any more debris on the floor to sweep up. All right. All right. I have basically 3 stamps here. I've got the Queen, I've got a mountain range in Canada, and I've got C3PO. I think I'm going to cut just the stamps and toss the cute little envelope. And basically, I have enough room that I could put a whole bunch of quotes on the page that's hiding Barbara. I might do a grouping of 3 stamps. I didn't realize that this has a place for the date on it. I know it looks weird to have C3PO and the Queen and then this mountain range, but it's a grouping of 3. So that's why I'm thinking, what if I put that there? And that would kind of get this page pulled together. Or should I put these with that on the back page, and then on here I'll just put the specimen thing, and this could actually go like that. And I'm not going to fill in that, but I'm going to put the date, today's date on here, so I know what day I picked that out. I'm having an old familiar feeling in my ankle, like I've stressed the tendon again. I hate when I do that. I have pulled tendons in my ankle so many times. It's not even funny. So I need the 0. And today is what? The 2nd. Let's see if that's the right date. October 2nd, 2022. And I've got this little date thingamabob. There we go. We'll let that dry because this ink is very wet. I will put this down with my Xyron machine thing, my little X. I love this thing for making your own stickers because you put the little paper in there and then you just pull it and ta-da, you make a sticker. All right. peel away the clear plastic bit sometimes. And that makes it a sticker. And see, the extra stickum is on there. So it didn't get used. So it's a little wasteful, but not too badly. I've used other things that have been worse. Okay. Oop, is that dry yet? I really need to put this down first. And I don't think it's a sticker. I think it's just a little chipboard piece. So we'll put this on here. I know, Barbara, you cannot believe it. I can't either. Yesterday would have been the woman that raised me, my grandmother. It would have been her 114th birthday if she was still living. I remember growing up and she'd tell me all the time, you know, I'm not going to live forever. And it always broke my heart because I thought my grandma would always be with me. But she passed in 1992, and I still have days where I wish I could just pick up the phone and call her, but she would also not want me to dwell on the loss of her. She would want me to enjoy life. So try to take every day with everything in me and have it be a special day no matter what. All right, what I like to do with these, especially if this is a newspaper weight, if you try to pull these, if homemade stickers off and it's like a magazine paper, it'll rip right in half. But if you pull just a little bit up and get it kind of where you want it, and then put your finger on that, and then you can pull this paper away, and the sticker goes down as you're pulling the paper away. Sometimes it still rips, but not always. All right, so let's see. This feels dry. Let's see if we can trim. We'll trim this off. That's not going to work. So scissors are. You can also tear this if you do it when it's wet, but I always wait until it's dry. All right, so this back page will be our purple page next week. And then how many more pages do we have? We have 1, 2. So we could do, I actually have a picture of you right there, Barbara. So this would be purple. Then we could do some neutrals and maybe rainbows. And then we got to do our cover too. This will get saved for another project. And I got just a little bit here that needs to be snippety bit off here. Now some people like the stuff to hang off, some people don't. I can take it or leave it, and it's just not wanting to cut off. I just wanted a way to utilize the Happy Mail that I've been collecting. And I have another whole box of Happy Mail from when we lived up at the cottage that I need to use up and make journals. And what's really good about these is you can turn these into quote journals. You can write notes on them or whatever. So this page has still got some sticky spots. So I might have to put a piece of wax paper back in here, but maybe if we leave it out to dry a little bit flat somewhere, it'll be all right. All right, we've kind of covered up our washi tape that we used on the edge. See, that's still pulling up, but I'm going to leave it alone. I keep telling myself, leave it alone, leave it alone. Might glue the little moonlight up here that Kathy sent me. I don't know if this will glue with glue all or not, but oh, bye, Barbara. She says it's domestic diva time. What exactly does that mean, Barbara? Should we worry about that? Are you saying you're a domestic diva now? Or does that mean you've got to go serve dinner? I understand the whole got to serve dinner, but it's like Scott says, didn't we feed them yesterday? I could turn around and tell him that. Didn't I feed you yesterday? All right, I'm thinking I'll make this a pocket. So I'm going to use double-sided tape and glue. Of course, I don't know. This page is pretty sticky. Let's just glue it down because it's just going to glue down anyway. Or should I do it this way? I like that. Let's put it up here so we can still see it kind of peeking out. Yeah, I'll do that. Let's see. Still trying to determine if it's been glued. I wish Deb was here. I'd ask her. Deb, did you glue these together? I think she did. I'll use some double-sided tape just to hold it in place, but I'm also going to put glue down. So we'll have the queen on both pages here. This is just some it's just double-sided tape that I got from Scrapbook Pal. I could edge this, but I haven't done that with ink, but I didn't do it with anything else, so I'm not going to do that. I do like it this way, though. This is very busy with all those flowers on it, isn't it? I want that up there, I think. Oh, I had that on there. Okay. Put a little glue on here. So we have journals being made. Shannon at Art Junkie, she was making a journal to do December. I can't say that word, but they're going to be making ephemera, and they've made a journal to hold the ephemera. I'm not sure what all that's about, but I have saved the video to go watch it. Not sure I'm going to add that to my list of things to do since I've started back to sewing. How much of this do we have left? Can we use up the anchors? And the spool we could actually put with our purple, and might use that in the purple next week. Let's use this on this other page. Just stick that right there for right now. Whatever that material is, gauze, I guess, that Deb put on there is. I'm just putting a little glue to help hold this washi tape with the anchors on it because it's cute and I want to use it. I'm going to put that down under the moon here. That'll hold that. But just remember, you guys, this is my journal. You might not do this the same way I am. And that's okay because we all have different taste and experience. Let's do the stamps down here. I'm going to let this dry. And then I might have to sprinkle baby powder on it just to get rid of some of the stickiness if I can't clean it up. So we'll put the queen right there. And then I'm going to put C3PO over here. Hope this will stick down because this is a magazine page. It's pretty glossy on the back of C3PO. And then we can put a couple quotes on here. And that's, all right, so we got USA, Canada, and United Kingdom. So that shows friendship from around the world. Oh, bye, Nettie. I hope to see you in Anne's group in the morning. Hopefully I won't be still on a tirade about the washing machine, and I'll try very hard not to share a lot about it because you all got to hear about it last week. You don't need to hear that, this, that, and the other. Let's cut this away. But I know you'd listen because that's what friends do. Listen to everybody's troubles. You just don't want to hear about it every week, right? All right. Quotes. I have, sweet is the memory of distant friends. Like the mellow rays of the departing sun, it falls tenderly, yet sadly on the heart. And I think that would fit in here. And I have this on sticker paper. Thank you. So we'll have to put glue on it. Because I think we've got enough glue on this page. And if your paper that you have your quote on is too white, you can do things like spray ink it to change its color. You can splatter it with paint. You can use it white and then splatter your page, which I'm thinking about doing, maybe splattering something on here. If I splatter it with white paint, then that'll carry the white across the page more. And I like to cut my sentiments apart into strips. You guys have seen me do this before. So, sweet is the memory of distant friends, like mellow rays. There's more of that gauze stuff. Of the departing sun. When I cut them apart, though, the bad thing is you lose the little part with the exposed paper, so you end up having to sit around and dig. Bear with me. I'm going to be with you in just a second. So we'll cut this apart here. There. And this is a quote by Washington Irving. Now, how do I get these quote pages like this? I make them from quotes I find on Pinterest. So I have a quote page on my Pinterest page, and I just create my own quote stickers in my Word document creator. I will just create a sheet of all these quotes, and then I can just print them off when I need them. You know, any quote that speaks to me, I'll use, and then you've got a page all pulled together. All right, so I'm going to get my pokey tool. I need to sit down off my ankle. I must have done it in my sleep because I haven't done anything else today. Let's see, is that sticking? Yeah. So I've actually used one of those, Kathy. I don't know if she's in here or not. All right, so when you cut these in your sticker paper, if you use a pokey tool, you can get it started. There we go. Whoops. And we could put another quote on the front by the butterfly lady. Did I mention I broke my my current glasses. So I've pulled out my old glasses. And I was telling Scott, I said, I think I actually see better with these old ones because I believe they're focals, and what I had was bifocals. Because I tried to tell this girl at this new eye doctor's down here, because I got this pair on my face when we were still in upstate. And I have a lens to read, I have a lens for the computer screen, and I have a lens for driving, which I don't really need the one for driving. I see just fine distance. It's just the up close I can't see anymore. So good night to Nettie. And Barbara left. But I just figured after we do purple, we might like a little break from this journal. So we might take a week off and do a fabric page out of our bits and bobs. So basically all you need is fabric scraps and, little pieces of ribbon and that kind of thing. And I have some pages left in my fabric journal that I might just work in it until I get it full. But we'll do 1 week of that. I'm going to probably do some videos that are like standalone of gift ideas. So this is the blue page, and I don't know if that's going to stick or not. We will see. I need that piece of wax paper to put back in here so this page doesn't get glued to this page until all of this is set up. But when I set it over to dry, I'm going to have this open so that everything can dry really, really well. But then I was thinking we could rotate around and do some different types of journals, like fabric journal. We might do Christmas cards together. We might do gifts together and that kind of thing. So my channel is just all kinds of stuff. It's not just any one thing. But this page, I'm going to put my initials on here under specimen number. Or maybe notes. Put my... There, it's got my name on it now. All right, let's see what else we have here as far as quotes go that would fit this page. Somebody printed these out for me. Oh, these are from the snarky ones. Everyone was thinking it. I just said it. I'm sorry. Did I just roll my eyes out loud? I'm starting to think I will never know better. People who tolerate me on a daily basis, they're the real heroes. Relax. We're all crazy. It's not a competition. And that's a horrible idea. What time? Those are funny. For everything there is a season. That's a fortune cookie. Let's see what we've got here. I don't think the black would show up as good as the white. So let's see what's in here that we can pull out. And if I don't see anything, we'll use something else. Oh, I like this. Every day is a new beginning. I am putting glue down because I just don't trust stickers for the long run. Every day is a new beginning. What else do we have on here that might... A dream is a wish your heart makes. I'm just going to put some random quotes on here. That'll work, won't it? Imperfection is a form of freedom. Might as well use these quote sheets up, you guys. That's why we bought them, right? Or were gifted. Let's find two more. We have uneven number because you know I'm well, I don't think I want to add that one. It says be savage, not average. No. I like the never forget how capable you are. Positive messages, not snarky on this one. And one more. Life is a beautiful ride. Let's put that on there. So you can put more than one quote. I think that's the whole thing behind these Tim Holtz tiny messages. Uh-oh. Well, I've pulled off another one. And I'll put this one down here. It says, remember this moment. So, and then on the back of this, I can put who gave me this journal and why it's like it is. I can write all of that on this notes page later. All right, so this needs to set aside to dry, and that wraps this up, except I will go back and add borders and such to this. I'll take the wax paper off so you guys can see it without the wax paper. So when it's on it, when it's all dry, that's what it'll look like. Whoops, what did I knock over? Pokey tool. Clean as you go, then you don't have to clean all at once later. All right. See, we need to come back this way so you can see her. There's still some paper that needs to be trimmed away. I'll go around all of the quotes like I do. We either with just a Bic pen or a biro, whatever you call them in your country. They're just the cheapy pens, but they write over paint and everything else. So that'll open up, and I'll put my notes about Barbara giving me this, and I'll put a note on here that Barbara's hiding behind this page. All right, and I think I have one more. Let's sit this in here. One more of those cards here. And what I'll do is in the back, I'm going to make a pocket, and then I can keep Barbara's card that came with this. And I'll just put that there, but I'll decorate the page and then put this down and then slide her card in. Actually, it needs to go all the way in the back here. Actually, yeah, back here. I can put Barbara back here on the back cover. So we've got the back cover, 1, 2, 3 pages, 4 pages, 5 pages. Okay, let's see. We almost have enough. We could maybe work back through the rainbow again and start back after purple, do red again and do another rainbow until we're out of pages. We might just do that if everybody's okay with that. But we'll do purple, then we'll do a fabric journal page. Let me do a quick flip of the fabric journal page for those that are new, that have never seen it before. I'll bring this over so you guys can see that. All right, now this fabric journal page was given to me by Lisa at Lisa My Eclectic Life. I'm going to move the page over out of the way. And I'm going to set this down on my chair so it's out of the way for just a minute. But this is the fabric journal, and she made this from an old sheet, and she just tore it into strips, and then she tied it she put the signature all in with this ribbon, and it's just a satin ribbon. And then I made the cover page, and I've done swaps. So there's pages in here from other people, but I'll just do a real quick flip. I did this page, and what I did is I have these like, I don't remember what these are called, price tag things, but I put the date and my initials, and then I just have it tied or pinned on the page, and then it just kind of tucks in and becomes part of the page, but it gives me my information about who made it, what date it was. Like on this one, it says Friday, 12/21/2018, page completed with items sent to me by Barb Fillion in our stuffed altered bag swap in Aunt Beck's Creations. And then that gets tucked back in like that. So Barb had sent me all these components, and then I put them together. All right. This one here was another swap, and fabric page swap in Lisa My Eclectic Life's Facebook group. So I say where the swap was, who I swapped with. My partner was Janet Baum of New York, November 2018. So I have the date it was done, what group it was done, who did it, and that kind of thing. And this one, I stapled the product tab. This was created by Ruth Lamb of Canada, May 25th, 2019. Fabric journal page swap, 6-inch patch for 6-inch patch. So sometimes I say what the actual swap was. And Ruth Lamb is another quilter. All right, this page here, Barb Fillion 2019 is all it says. And so she actually made this one. She's a quilter as well. And this one was done by Kathy Whitney in April 2020. And I love how she put this metal quote, "Life is about creating yourself." I had some of those too from somewhere. And then she's got little metal pieces all over it. And see, this time I used a safety pin. This one was done by Beth, and I always remember it was Beth because she does all the felting. Beth Schuler, April 18th, 2020. This was another swap we did. And she did the little clay pieces too. She has a kiln, and she did the clay pieces. This one, page created using items sent to me by Barb Fillion and Dawn Boss. So I was sent all the pieces, and then I just put the page together. And I will say this is I have 2 pages put together, and I complete the individual page like this piece here that's on top of the pages. I don't work on it straight in here. I have either a piece of cotton batting or a piece of felt under here that I work on, and then I glue it in here with fabric tack. I just love looking back through these. And this one says created with bits and bobs from my Bits and Bobs binder. March 16th, 2022. 2 pages by me, Becky McCauley. So these were all things that were in my Bits and Bobs book. And now you're going, what on earth is she talking about? This is Bits and Bobs. Ugh. It's just a great big fat notebook. I think it's a 3-inch back. And there's 20 pockets in here. And pocket 5 is always fabric. But all the rest of it is just pieces of paper, stickers, all that kind of thing that we can create either a page or we can make cards. We've made cards together. And anytime we do that, we pull everything out of whatever pocket. Like I'll say, okay, gang, give me a pocket number 1 to 20. And one of you guys will give a number, and I'll say whether we're going to do the fabric pocket or not. And if we're not, I'll say don't pick 5 because that's always fabric for this journal. And then we'll pull everything out of that pocket and we'll put it together. And we've done journal pages, we've done cards. We could do ATCs, artist trading cards, all sorts of stuff. I love to take little bits of stuff and make cards all the time. And this one, I used some rubber stamps and Stays on ink to stamp out the date, if I remember right. Or it could be my maker. I don't know. But that was the last one I did in here. And you can see I've already glued a couple pages together. Actually, I glued 3 together that time. And then I glued these pages in. And they've been worked on a piece of green felt. And I hand stitched and everything. So this is the book we'll work in. And we'll use stuff out of Pocket 5. Not next week, but the week after. We'll do that one. And so that is all I have for you guys. All right. Next week, we're doing a purple page. And then the week after that, we're going to do the fabric page. Because we got to finish the rainbow collection first. All right. So we will be at the end of the rainbow because we got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and purple. So we have purple to do next week. And then the week after, we'll do a page in our fabric journal. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight. I need to call it a night. My ankle's hurting and I've been standing this whole time. So I will see some of you Friday morning. We'll have a new stitch for the Tunisian crochet along, which is just learning a new stitch each week. And we just make a small block. And I don't really have anything else planned. So just play it by ear. If you see something pop up, feel free to watch it. If it's not something you're interested in, feel free to skip it. Have a great night, you guys. Bye.